Today's video is sponsored by Delete Me. More on them later. iilluminauttii's DMs have just been exposed, and they show all of the ways that she has been talking about the current controversy behind the scenes. And not only that, but we also get a look into all of the ways in which iilluminauttii has been trying to paint herself like the victim and a martyr while all of this situation has been going on. Now, where has this all come from? Well, a creator called FPS Diesel has recently exposed iilluminauttii's Discord DMs. If you were not aware, iilluminauttii has a Discord server for her patrons. This is not unusual, this is something that a lot of creators do. Now, if you know how Patreon works, you know that there are different tiers that you can join, and each of those tiers comes with different benefits. By the way, join my Patreon. Sorry, I kind of had to. Now, the top tier patrons, so the people who are paying the most, get access to a private channel within the Discord server. So as you could probably assume, the people who are willing to pay the most amount of money to get into a private Discord channel are going to be the biggest fans and most likely defenders of iilluminauttii. And FPS Diesel joined the highest tier of her Patreon in order to be able to access this private channel. So he was paying a whopping $30 a month to access this channel, and he has been doing this for 5 months, the entire time that this controversy has been going on, from the time that she had her little beef with LegalEagle over false plagiarism claims, through the Twitter threads that were made about her from former Sad Milk members about how she is seemingly a terrible person, all through her response video where she cried about OzMedia and also threw people under the bus and shared sensitive information about them, and former members of Sad Milk coming out with their own videos. The most recent of which was OzMedia's video, in which he revealed that he and Blair had been dating for 3 years. I have made a video on that. In fact, I've made a video on everything to do with this situation. Link is in the description. Now, the dedication that you have to pay $30 a month to join this channel, and not only that, but to keep up with the messages, to join the voice calls that they had, and there are voice calls, just to keep up with what iilluminauttii was saying behind the scenes, is astounding. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't have done it myself, just because that seems like a lot of effort and a lot of money to go to. But you know, somebody did it and the information is there, and now we have a lot of information, really. Because like I said, this has been ongoing for months, and this whole time it seemed that iilluminauttii was being pretty quiet about it. Now, she did make her video. That was not quiet. That was quite a loud video. And she really did attempt to assassinate everybody's characters in that video. She also did make a post about the situation on her community tab and on Twitter. And in that, she kind of really did make it sound like it was an advertisement. Like she was trying to reiterate, these are false allegations. They're false allegations. I'm going to hypnotize you into thinking that they're false allegations. Ooh. But beyond that, she hasn't really said much. She has been staying silent. She's not addressed any new stuff that's come out. She's just been making videos as normal, doing her things, slapping lawsuits against people and cease and desists and all of that, but not really saying anything about it. Or so we thought. Because as it turns out, while she has been staying silent publicly, she has been talking in this private Discord channel for her top tier patrons about this situation and about other things as well. I do also need to emphasize really importantly before we move on that even though I'm going to be showing messages that are real messages, everything that I'm saying about the controversy and anything else involving iilluminauttii or any other individual group or company is opinion-based. Everything said in this video is based on opinion and speculation and is not meant to defame or harass anybody, any individual group or company. Don't sue me. That wouldn't be very nice. Thank you. So let's get on with the messages, shall we? Because first off, let's start with some of the things that she had to say about OzMedia, somebody who has now been revealed to be her ex-boyfriend. And again, if you need all the details or a reminder, link in the description for a video about that. I'm not going to reiterate it all here. But the gist of it was that OzMedia has alleged certain things about iilluminauttii that make it seem as if she was abused in the relationship. at least financially, emotionally, and spiritually. I don't know why I said that like there was a list of 3 things. It was financially and emotionally. Before I move on with the rest of the video though, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Delete Me. I think by now all of you know how seriously I take internet safety, and that's especially true when it comes to my privacy online. There are data brokers out there who buy and sell your personal information, most of the time without you even knowing it. And having your data out there puts you in serious risk. One of these risks is of identity theft or being a victim of a phishing scam. Another major risk is that if your personal information is online, you're at risk of being doxxed or harassed online, which personally as an online creator is a really big worry for me. But I think what people don't realize is that this is a risk for everybody. But even though this personal information is being bought and sold online, you do have the right to protect your personal data, and Delete Me can help with that. Once you sign up, Delete Me's experts start finding and removing your data online. This can be things like your name, your age, your address, photos of you, your phone number, previous phone numbers, your marital status, and even information about your relatives. But as well as that, Delete Me monitor and remove your data all year round, and they give you regular updates on the progress. What gives me extra peace of mind as well is knowing that not only are they going out and removing data for me, but they also handle my personal data with the utmost care and protection. I personally think that it's completely unfair that data brokers are just allowed to go and buy and sell your personal information, and that all of that data is online for anybody to find. And it's not just data about you, it's about your relatives too. So I truly think it's vital that you take matters into your own hands, and it's really great that there is a service like Delete Me to help you there. You just tell them what information you want removed and their privacy experts take it from there. I personally really would recommend Delete Me, so if you want to try it out, then you can go to joindeleteme.com/skov20 and use the code SKOV20 to get 20% off. Again, that's code SKOV20 and the link is in the description for you to check out as well. Thank you so much to Delete Me for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get on with the rest of it. Now, to her band of loyal Discord members and Patreon members, she has been painting it as if OzMedia is the one who has been abusive. However, she does not go into detail about this, and she does not give any evidence to this. And very importantly, the claim that OzMedia is the one who is abusive does not in and of itself refute the claims that iiluminaughtii was abusive. So if we say, worst case scenario, that what she's saying about OzMedia is true, that does not inherently clear her of any wrongdoing. Unfortunately, both things can be true at once, and even more unfortunately, iiluminaughtii has proven herself to be somebody that is untrustworthy. So although she is making these claims, she gives us no reason to believe them other than she is trying to paint an X as the one who is in the wrong, in the same way that she seems to try and paint every person who has left her life as being the one who is in the wrong, despite evidence to the contrary. But in her words, he's just a bitter ex who is masterminding this whole thing. Saying as he even went as far as to tell her employees that she cheated on him and that the channel would be going down soon so that they need to look for new jobs. Essentially saying that he plotted this whole thing, he knew he was going to take down her channel, and so he told them to get new jobs. Which firstly, if you are going to be doing a massive mastermind plot of taking down somebody's channel, you'd probably keep it to yourself and not tell the employees who could then relay that, or for the messages to be there in a court of law. Just saying. You might say that if you're just concerned about the trajectory of the channel and warning these people, hey, this doesn't look good, maybe you should go. You would say that, and you would have that paper trail, because you wouldn't be plotting some kind of mastermind scheme to take down the oh so great iiluminaughtii. Now, to continue on with the character assassination of OzMedia by iiluminaughtii, she also had claimed that he had sent a video of dying hamsters to a Discord member, and did this with the sole intent of upsetting them because he thought it was funny, and he knew that this Discord member loved hamsters. This really did paint him as a bit of a psycho, and then when I was hearing that, I was kind of thinking to myself, wait, well, did he actually do that? That's kind of gross. But as it turns out, he has provided FPS Diesel with the actual clip that he sent, and it's just of a bird. I'm sure you've seen the clip before. It's a bird spinning a hamster wheel with a hamster in it quite fast. But the hamster's not dead or dying, and the hamster is fine. I personally don't like that clip because I don't like any clips where animals might be upset. But I know not everybody sees it that way, and if there's no actual harm being done, then it's kind of okay. I just don't like it. Important to remember though, just to be fair on all sides, we are just taking OzMedia's word for this. And in fact, we're taking FPS Diesel's word that he had OzMedia's word on this. We don't actually know if this was the clip that was sent. We don't have any screenshots or proof of this, so it may or it may not be true. If true, not cool at all on his part, but again, and I feel like I'm gonna be repeating this a lot, I don't trust iiluminaughtii, and I don't think she's a very trustworthy person. She does have a tendency to twist the truth and to exaggerate things, to make everybody else look terrible and make herself look great. And she does this a lot, by the way. You can see in these messages a lot of the ways where she tries to let everybody know how great she is and how much she does for other people. One example is there are a lot of conversations of her talking about her sister in quite a lot of detail, which I honestly think is inappropriate. And to be fully honest, if I found out my sister was talking about me and my personal life in Discord with a bunch of people she doesn't know, I would be furious. However, I do not think my sister even knows what Discord is, so I'm safe. But she goes on and tells the story about how her candle company lost a ton of money in damages because of something her sister did wrong, and then claims that her sister committed insurance fraud by lying to the police or the insurance company about how this fire took place. This, firstly, is really sketchy to me because iilluminaughtii points out that her mum had told her she should fire her sister. So if iilluminaughtii, right, follow me here, follow me on this one. If iilluminaughtii has the power to fire her sister, that means iilluminaughtii is in charge, right? You follow? And in fact, iilluminaughtii says that this business was something that she wanted to do because she's so great and she wanted to help her sister and her friend who are going through a hard time because she's so wonderful and so generous and so great. So if she is in charge, why would it be the sister who's committing insurance fraud? Surely if it's your business, it's your responsibility. Just food for thought. But she doesn't fire the sister because she's so wonderful. And then she continues talking about the sister in other situations about her relationship and how she's trying to help her sister out and she's so glad to see her happy because iilluminaughtii is such a great person. And beyond the sister thing, there are other ways that she talks about how fantastic she is all the time. It's like she constantly needs to be reminding people, look how good I am. She talks about, you know, wanting to be able to have extra money to donate to charity again, but she doesn't at the moment. More time to volunteer because she volunteers because she's fantastic. And she also talks about how her channel is struggling financially after all the controversies, and that she is only getting $600 a month. She's only paying herself $600 a month so she can continue to pay people because she is what? So great. Now, I do think that's a good thing to do if your business is struggling financially and you can afford to do that because you have multiple streams of income like she apparently does, to pay yourself less so that you can pay most of your employees, although some of them had to be or will have to be made redundant. But it's just the way that she goes on and brags about these things. She just has some weird kind of complex about being a good person. I feel, however, that potentially a really good thing to do if you have a complex and you feel the need to be a good person is, you know what, this is groundbreaking, right? You be a good person. I know, I should give TED Talks. You don't do terrible things to people and lie about people and throw them under the bus and financially and emotionally abuse them. You don't do those things, and then you're a good person. That's all. But let's bring it back to OzMedia, shall we? Because if you thought I was done talking about all the ways that she tries to shit talk OzMedia, I am not done. She also claims that he was given a budget by her editors to build them a computer for editing. But something was wrong with it, something to do with the motherboard. It wasn't compatible. You don't need the technical details. All you need to know is that it didn't work. And he, in her words, gaslit the editors into thinking it was normal. She does not show any concrete proof of this, by the way, so it really is just her word. And again, I would like proof of this. And if there is proof, concrete, undeniable proof, I will believe her. But according to OzMedia, or as so we are told by FPS Diesel, this is just not true. It's just not a true story. It's not even a story that's based in truth. It's just completely made up. So I don't know. There seems to be a lot of this, of stories that are just made up. There are other messages of her calling OzMedia the bad person in their relationship and calls him a narcissist and says he doesn't care about other people's feelings, which, by the way that these people speak in this chat, it's so strange to me. Like, everything is so dramatic. Actually, it's not even the way that all of the people speak in this chat. It's just the way that Blair speaks in these chats. Everything's a big quote. Everything's a big moment. Everything's like... Just like, look at some of the ways that she phrases things. It's not how people speak naturally, and it just feels like everything in her head is some kind of like Marvel movie and she's just trying to have her superhero moment. But here is the biggest claim that's being made, which is that she's spoken to her lawyers and they say that she has a case for financial and emotional abuse against OzMedia through the courts. So not only is she trying to foreclose on his home, as we discussed in the last video, based on the almost $200,000 that he apparently owes her because of an agreement that he signed, which, according to people in my comments, in a way which was under duress, just an opinion, not even my opinion. Maybe. She's now adding to the mix a case for abuse, which now we don't know if this was taken to court. We don't know if this has started in the motions or if it's just a blanket statement or a bland threat. If she is telling the truth, and I have to say if she is telling the truth because I wasn't there, I don't know what happened in this relationship. Nobody knows what happened except for them and maybe lawyers. If that is true, then I am very sorry for her because not even she deserves that. However, and I'm gonna say it again, she's not a trustworthy person, and she has been shown time and time again in ways that seem almost undeniable, in my own humble opinion, that she just twists the truth and lies about people in any given opportunity. And given the fact that OzMedia has made claims, he's not used those direct words, but made claims that she had done those things to him, could this not be projection on her part? Could this not be her trying to twist the narrative and say, no, actually, he did that, not me. He did it. She gives me no reason to believe her, and I've said it so many times and I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I probably am, and you're probably sick of me repeating myself, but if there is evidence and if she shows it, then I will believe her. I will change my mind and believe her, but currently I have absolutely no reason to believe anything that this woman says, unless she provides evidence of any kind, of some kind. And on the financial aspect, I kind of find it difficult to at least understand how he could have been financially abusing her when she had the higher income. She was lending him money and even made it official, so I don't understand how that actually makes sense. If somebody can enlighten me, go ahead, because I've been trying to figure out a way that that makes sense and it just doesn't to me. Now, the situation with OzMedia was not the only thing that Blair was discussing in these Discord chats, because she's kind of been talking about everything behind the scenes, and wow, my voice just kind of broke in a really weird way that because she just kind of been talking about everything behind the scenes this whole time. They know everything before everybody else does. They knew that she was planning legal action. And remember that statement that we talked about that she made on Twitter and on her YouTube community tab? She even ran that by them before she posted it to get their feedback. They knew everything first. And she said a lot more in those chats too, like the fact that she apparently has a Google Drive full of blackmail of people who have wronged her. Now, whether that means a whole Google Drive of stuff about these sad milk members, or of literally anybody who has crossed her path in the wrong way, including myself, I don't know. I will say, I don't think I have anything to hide, but I hope there's nothing about me in that Google Drive. Because remember when the whole Creepshow art thing came out, and then she released her own Google Doc which said that she had given me money, so how dare I criticize her, which she never gave me money. This is so, like, to this day I'm so annoyed about this. Like, that just did not happen. So God knows, now I'm worried there's going to be something about me and it's going to be like, yeah, I gave VangelinaSkov 50 quid once. So for the record, iilluminaughtii has, in fact, no YouTuber has given me money. Can we get that out of the way? Thanks. I'm not going through that again. I think some people still believe that happened. And of course there are other fun little tidbits in these group chats as well, like the fact that she used to be a conservative, that she has a conceal carry license for a gun, concerning that she's not a landlord, despite the fact that she wanted to start her own company down. We'll ignore that, I guess. And that she might go into teaching business ethics at a university, which is the funniest thing you could possibly tell me. Miss fired an employee for not meeting a deadline before the day of the deadline is gonna be teaching business ethics. I can't. Oh yeah, and she might be writing a book about getting cancelled, which is just, there is another part to all of this as well. And it's not just that there are messages. There are also video chats that these groups had, and FBS Diesel does show one of these, or at least part of one of it. He showed a little snippet in his video and then a longer segment in his live stream, and I will say the majority of it is not worth listening to. It's really boring. It's genuinely so boring. They mostly just talk about like BMWs and OceanGate and baking. Although the OceanGate thing was interesting because she says that she doesn't feel bad for the billionaires who died because you can't become a billionaire without exploiting people, which I just thought was ironic coming from her.
That I take a look at OceanGate or whatever. And while I agree with them that episode like would be corporate casket worthy, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about covering it, I guess. The only person I feel bad for in that expedition is the 19-year-old kid, because the 19-year-old on that, apparently like the aunt is like speaking and already has like talked to people or something, but the 19-year-old has the fear of the ocean. He's been terrified of the ocean. He hates the ocean. He never wanted to go near the Titanic, and his dad is obsessed with the Titanic and essentially pressured him as well as Father's Day. Like the rest of them, you know, I kind of stand by the fact that you can't become a billionaire without exploiting people in the process. So for all like the billionaires, I don't really feel much sympathy because they've probably lived a life far greater than any of us will ever experience.
But a very interesting point about the drama and the controversy itself is the part in the voice call where she says this.
We were discussing up there about doing like kind of things to do when the channel comes back, the lawsuits are over, you know, all that kind of fun jazz, and how to like really help make like a separation between like me and then like the brand, you know, air quotes, the brand.
I'm going to reiterate this for you. When the court cases are over and the channel is back. Now, this is referring to the fact that since all of her wrongdoings were exposed, her views have gone down and people have been unsubscribing because, understandably, people don't want to watch somebody like that. So she is saying that when she goes to court and is vindicated by the court, which she believes will happen, which again, you know, if she's right, if she is telling the truth and she has the evidence, then I hope she is vindicated. I haven't seen any evidence to that yet. But she believes that when this happens, her channel's just gonna pick back up, the views are gonna go up, and the subscribers are gonna come back. Does she realize that viewers are real people who choose where to invest their time? Like, they're not just mindless drones that are like, this person good, watch this video. They're actually real people who go, oh, I like this creator, I'm gonna watch this creator. Oh, or I'm interested in that topic. If you have been exposed for doing terrible things, A court case is not suddenly going to bounce your numbers back up. That's not how this works. These are real people who are choosing where to invest their time. Just does not make any sense. But I think she's prepared for that as well, because apparently she is planning to rebrand as Prism of the Past or something like that. But you know what? Probably the real reason that her views aren't going to go up is not because, you know, she won't be vindicated by the court. It's actually because we're all stupid and brain dead and can't see the facts and the evidence, and I'm not gonna tell you the facts and the evidence. But there it is. This whole time that we thought she was just staying silent, she has just been doing the same stuff she always does, which is talking crap about people and trying to make herself look like the victim. So I don't know, Blair. Maybe court will vindicate you. Maybe we are stupid. Or maybe you're just not a good person. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then why don't you leave a like and a comment and let me know what you thought about everything we discussed today. And if you don't want to comment about that, then leave me a comment and let me know what is your favorite color of the rainbow. Rainbow colors only, not the other colors, only rainbow colors. And don't you tell me that all the colors are in the rainbow. I mean a cartoon rainbow that a child would draw with crayons, okay? I want from those 7 colors, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Which one? I guess I like indigo, maybe blue. I'm gonna go with indigo. Why am I so aggressive about the rainbow? I'm so sorry. Yeah, please do subscribe. I don't think I've said this in a video yet. I'm not sure. I don't think I have. But I did do a live stream, and I just want to say again, thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers. It genuinely means the world to me, and I did all my sappy stuff in the live stream so that I wouldn't do it here and bore the people who don't want to hear it. But just know, I genuinely am so appreciative. It means so much to me, and I still don't believe it. So thank you so much. Anyway, yes, like, comment, share, do all the things that I'm supposed to ask you to do at the end of a video, including following me on social media. I go by VangelinaSkov everywhere. Thank you very much. And also, once again, a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video. Thank you so much for watching and have an absolutely wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. Bye!